This is the series where I give you the best Rocket League Pro settings, and if this video helps you, give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what pro I should do next. I will be showing you VATIRA settings in this video. I probably completely got that name wrong, but you know the player I'm on about because you saw it in the title. So starting off with gameplay settings, I've not actually got his gameplay settings, these are my settings. I've only got his camera, keybinds and dead zones. So if any of these look a bit different to you, maybe give them a try, but I would just go onto the camera settings. So he's got field of view at 110, and obviously he's got camera shake off. Then the distance he's got at 260, the height he's got at 110, the angle he's got it at -3, the stiffness he's got at 0.65, he's got swivel speed at 6.9, then he's got transition speed at 1.5. Then these last two, these aren't his settings, I just couldn't find them, so I've left them on default. And to explain a bit of the settings, the height, that is to make your camera just above your car so you can see more of the ball when you're dribbling. I personally prefer a 100 height as I'm more in line with the car and ball. And his angle, as I mentioned, the angle brings your camera down more in line with the ball instead of looking over the top. I personally prefer this a lot for freestyles and ground freestyles in general with flicks. So I think -3 and 100 height really do work well together. And stiffness, the higher up the stiffness is, the more it locks onto your car and ball, and it doesn't move around where you're pressing the throttle or gas and you're not boosting. Then the lower down the stiffness is, the more the camera moves around. I personally prefer a higher stiffness. Then these don't really matter too much. I would always say to put them lower down rather than higher up though. I do feel like these are a bit too high up as you're basically looking around in slow motion. But that might be why he does it, so he can see more around the field more clearly. Then these last two, these are both default as I couldn't get these settings. But inverted swivel I always turn on for freestyling. Now for his dead zones and keybinds, he uses a cross dead zone shape, just so you're aware. Then he uses power slide on square. He uses air roll on square as well. Then he uses air roll left and air roll right on L1 and R1 or LB and RB. I think these are the only things that aren't defaults on his settings. I would always recommend having both air rolls binded, and especially on L1 or R1, so these are really good settings. Then he's just got the basic boost on B, jump on A or cross, and brake and throttle on L2 and R2, just the default settings. Then he's got his steering and aerial sense on 1.5. I personally think this is a really good middle ground. The lower down the sensitivity, the better the air dribbles, and higher up the sensitivity, the better the musty flicks and flip resets. But I personally think 1.5 is the best middle ground for everything. In the dead zones, he's got 0.07 and 0.65. These are also really good settings, really good middle ground settings. And that is all of his settings I could find. If you found it helpful, give this a thumbs up and comment down below what pro I should make a video on next. And I'll be showing you all of my settings for interface, video, audio and chats now. So now for the interface settings. I've shown you the camera and control settings. All of those are the pros players settings. But from interface onwards it's my settings, and it's ones that I think are the best settings, as I couldn't find any details or anything online to get these pro settings from interface onwards. But carry on with the video because there's a few important settings in these. So the first important setting I would change is the nameplate scale. It's originally at 100%, but I think it's pretty important for you to put it up to 120%. I actually got this off watching Rizzo's video, and he said that he puts it up to 120%, and I do feel like it actually makes a difference in comp. It makes you see your opponents easier. It's just all around better for comp in my opinion. So I would give it a go putting it up to 120%, as I feel like it actually does make a difference. Nameplate modes, default, match notifications, I think it has all when you start the game. So if you're new to the game, I would put this up on time updates only. It does make the screen a lot less cluttered, and it's just a lot better in my opinion for just playing in general. It makes the experience a lot better. And I think this is turned on originally. If you're new to the game, make sure to turn that off. And team coloured boost meter, if you've seen people play on like TikTok or YouTube or stuff like that, some of the time their boost meter is a bit different colour. A lot of people ask me, why is it that colour, or how do you make it that colour? And I see a lot of comments on other people's videos saying, how is it that colour? And that's because this is normally turned off and you want to turn that on. I feel like that actually makes the game look a lot better in my opinion. So make sure to turn that on, as that actually does make the game look really cool. And everything else in here is just default. So now on video settings, everything's on performance. Having everything on performance does make it look a lot better in my opinion. You might see some of the pros have like high quality, performance, quality or whatever. But I feel like most of the time, if anyone's got those settings on, it's to make their game look better for you to watch it, if you know what I mean. So when they're playing by themselves, they might have everything on performance. But when they're recording their videos or they're live streaming, they have it on quality to make their game just look better for the audience. So I feel like just keep it on performance. If your computer's really good, maybe change a few settings to see what you can get away with. But I feel like it's more important for your game to run smoothly than look better. So make sure to keep it the basic settings, and after you've kind of got your PC working well, then make the settings a bit higher up. And obviously this is high quality, otherwise your game is just going to look rubbish. Now I'd have master volume up and I'd have gameplay volume up. I don't really see any point of having these ones on as well. But I'm just a player that just plays without audio. I mainly do freestyle, so I don't think it's necessary to have audio. But for comp, it's actually pretty important to have audio on, so make sure your master volume stays up. Actually, I'll leave it here for now for you. Actually, no, I won't, psych. But there's nothing else in this settings that are not default. So now for chat, I would also change this to teammates only a lot of the time, as there's not actually any point speaking to the other team really, and it just makes everything get toxic. So just keep it on teammates only, and everything's just default here. Nothing's different at all except from these two up here. These are different. And now for the quick chat, this is my quick chat, but it doesn't really matter too much. Just do whatever you want. I never use quick chat, but this is my ones if you're wondering. And now I'm going to show you a few of my presets. I actually think that the preset on your card does actually matter and depends how you play. For example, if I'm playing with one like this, I might not play as well as if I play with this one. So I've just got a few paint finishes for you to try. I always play better with Metallic Pearl or Exo. I don't know why, but I just always play better with Exo or Metallic Pearl. So I'd give it a go. And if you pick Metallic Pearl or Exo, I'd always pick black as the secondary, and also pick quite a dark colour for the primary. I just always play a lot better like that. I don't know why. I don't know if it's placebo or what it is, but I would give it a go yourself. Then for the boost, I always use black standard. I always think black standard's the best, just in general play. I mean, obviously, I feel like if you had one like this, you just wouldn't play as well. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me or whatever, but I would give it a go yourself and try it out. Then also for the trail, I always find myself playing better with just a normal classic black. or you can use light speed black as well. That one looks pretty good. So I think just the more basic your car is, the better your play. I really do think that. So I'll just mess around with these different decals and stuff as well, and see what you best play with, and just give it a go. And that's everything for this video. So make sure to sub, as I'm trying to hit 10k subs, and it's going to help me a lot if you sub, as every sub matters. Hit the like button, as I'm trying to hit 40 likes in this video. And also YouTube recommended you one of these videos, so make sure you go and watch those videos.